over now to Wazenchak, the junior forward. Wazenchak from the JV squad. He's a freshman.
And you'll see these kind of mistakes with the reserves in because they're not used to running with the first team.
Apologies, he's a forward junior.
So,
looked at my paperwork too fast here. 2:25 remaining here in regulation. Somebody nailed a three. Number one, Hinton.
Hinton's having a great game.
That is 3 field goals on the Rudy of the Spartans, Jalen Hinton.
Just makes you wonder why they didn't rely on him more earlier.
51-30.
Almost walked.
2 minutes remaining. Oh, 2 in a row. Number 20 of Altman.
And Medlin's angry right now. He's up 51-33. But
I love the fact that, like you said, angry. Even though you're kicking butt, hey, don't play this way. Don't do this. This is not over.
That's the sign of a great coach right there, Wesley. You're mad even when your team's up by 20 or 30 points. That's just the beauty of basketball.
I don't know if you're friends with Coach Jenny Medlin or not on Facebook, but I find it funny because he has like a little devil on one side of his Facebook page, and it's Bobby Knight telling him to throw a chair at a player. And there's another angel that says, no, don't be that way. Be a nice coach. So,
right, yeah.
And that's the personalities of coaches, especially with long-time coach Denny Medlin. I seen it when I played at school. He used to be my PE teacher, physical education. Yes, I didn't play video games. I actually played, outside intramurals and dodgeball and things like that.
Yeah, I did that too.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
He's got that college coach look to him, doesn't he? Like that 1,000-yard stare.
He's got that Bobby Knight look, for sure.
They're analyzing every single little move his players are making, ready to chastise them on it later.
Yes.
That's a true coach right there.
Ready to bring this one on home for supper, as they say. Under 2 minutes remaining in regulation.
And Shepard got
fouled.
fouled.
And a turnover on Shepard getting fouled, and it's going to be against number 1, I believe. Foul on number 1 of Hinton. And believe it or not, that's only his first, Brandon.
Well, more props to him for staying out of trouble.
Hinton, good job, man.
And hopefully, Matt Cudging will use him a little bit more here in these final few games of the season. He's got some with Hinton. And almost a turnover.
Comets ball. Give it back
to
Shepard. Shepard now to Wazenchak on pressure. At the top of the midcourt to the baseline is Shepard. Shepard will bring it on and bring it on in for 2. First points for number 4, Elijah Shepard. 5'10" shooting guard for the junior.
Lost it. One of the few mistakes he's made tonight, but Falk was there to help him.
Hinton got it back there. Falk was there on the recovery. And now Falk with the ball after an attempt pass made by Weir. Shot at the top of the basket. No good. Give it back down to the Comets. Under 90 seconds remaining here in regulation. And it is a 20-point lead. Comets leading the way, looking to go to 16-2, looking to go to 4-0, and stay at the number 1 spot of the Greater News 3A Conference.
And now Cudging's going to deploy his reserves in here, try to get them some playing time. And these guys are very small against the Comets reserves, so we're probably going to see just a little bit more of the same.
Number 3 is in, Dylan Gustaso. Number 10, Marion Hinton. Here comes more players. Comets are bringing in their squads. 15, 14, 33 coming in. 15, Xavier Bailey, Marquise Houghton, and 14, 33, Jamal Johnson. Coming up on 1 minute remaining here in regulation. Slam it on home, bring it in. A roundy round, no good. Attempt made by Justin Hunter. The rebound comes back to the Spartans. At the midcourt mark. Tempting there, number 5 of Parrott. 1 minute remaining in regulation. The Comets going to get a big win here in the Battle of the Bypass. Round 1's going to go to Clayton Travel called against the Comets. It'll be Spartans ball. Or actually against the Spartans, it's Comets ball.
I got to look at Malik Scott McLaren, who was operating the point guard position. He made a mistake by not seeing Dylan Gattuso wide open on the far side of the court.
Big word.
Huh?
Big word.
Gattuso. Of course.
Big word.
Gattuso, yeah. But, that's the inexperience of seeing these reserves in
Under
here.
1 minute remaining in regulation. 50 seconds now ticking away here. Comets looking to win big. They're leading by 20 in the 4th. Ready to wrap this up. They're going to go to 16-2. 4-0 in the conference. Attempt made. Basket.
By Marquise Hatton.
Hatton puts it in. How about it for the young man? His first points in this game for 2.
You always love to see
Marquise
the bench guy
Hatton,
score.
number 14.
Here's a 3.
No. Attempt made for 3 by number 3 of Gustaso. No good. 20 seconds remaining in regulation.
Let's see what they do here. Do they try to get some more points? Or
Juking, jiving, Hinton goes back to Wazenchak. Wazenchak under 3-man pressure of the Spartans. Going for 3, bouncing off the rim. No good. Attempt tried to be made by Hatton and Bailey. Bailey and slam. Number 12, Justin Hunter. And that's the game. It's over.
Exclamation point. I think that's a pretty appropriate way for the Comets to wrap this one up.
I love seeing the coach on Denny Medlin's face, too, because that's the future players of the Comets. And seeing him slam that home, being a second-string player, wow, what a game. What a rival game in the Battle of the Bypass. The Comets are up 1-0 over the men and the women.
Yeah, it was a close one for a while for both games, really. But, once it was all said and done, the two better teams ended up winning tonight.
57-33, the final score. For the Comets, they will now go to 16-2. Their last loss, and I'd hate to bring up losses, was back on the weekend of Thanksgiving. To be exact, on that Tuesday night, November the 24th. I believe it is. I'm looking at my stats here.
26, it looks like.
Yeah, that was it. The November the 26th.
It's been a while for them.
It was that day, the last time they lost. They're at 14 winning streak, 14 wins. They go to 16-2, 4-0 in the conference, and they stay in the number one spot of the Greater News 3A run for a championship. For Coach Matt Cuddington and the Spartans, they now fade to 1-16 on the year, and they're 0-4 in the Greater News 3A conference. They will meet Clayton again later on in the year, and that will be coming up on February 11th, and that will be the final home game of the season. So the battle for the bypass, as our PA announcer calls it, will be the final home game of the season on February 11th. And by the way, CRN Sports Network is planning to broadcast every game on February 11th. We do it as a courtesy and a respect to the JV players. We broadcast the JV girls game, the JV boys games, and then the varsity men's and women's game, as we do all year long, to acknowledge the JV players for their accomplishments and what they've done over the year too.
Well, of course, because they're going to be a part of the varsity team one day. Like people need to know who these guys are, what they do on the court, and how they could possibly be the future for Clayton. So it's a great thing that we're going to be out there covering these guys and giving them some radio airplay.
What a matchup. What a game here, and we've had here tonight. We're going to pack it up and get on out of here. I got to get it ready to head to Greenville, South Carolina. Of course, follow us at crnsports.org. But I will tell you, Trey, as me and Trey were talking about, as you and you were talking about, Brandon, as well, Clayton is doing, me and Trey talked about this as well. Clayton is playing phenomenal basketball this year. Like, what a phenomenal season. It's awesome that everybody is a part of the Comets All-In movement this year.
And you may look at the score and, they obviously played a great game. For the longest time, they were not playing their best basketball. The Spartans were hanging right there with them, and they could have very easily taken the lead. I can only imagine what this game would have been like if half those shots the Spartans took went down in the first half. This would probably been a much better game. You probably would have seen the Spartans and Comets each try something different than they did in those final few minutes. But great teams find ways to win games. And we talked about this a little last Saturday too. When they were down, the Comets were down like double digits with 3 minutes to go. They came back and won the game. Great teams find ways to win, and they did that tonight. They took a deep breath. They figured out who they were, and they pulled away with this win.
Yeah, I was going to say that as well. I mean, just a phenomenal effort, again, for not only the varsity men, but the Lady Comets as well. I mean, they're both strong. They are gelling. They're undefeated in the conference at 4-0. They're doing well in their records at, 14-3 for the ladies, 16-2 now for the men, 4-0 in the conference, and they're really, really playing great basketball down the home stretch as we get ready for the Greater News 3A Championship Tournament. And we also get ready for the run to the state playoffs for a state title. Next week, 4 games you do not want to miss on CRN. It all kicks off next Tuesday night, January 28th. We are going to be at home, baby. Jeff Adams Gymnasium, the home. It's a new season and a quest for the national championship in the Basketball League for the Raleigh Firebirds, the new professional basketball team in the Triangle. And the CRN Sports Network is proud to be the official flagship network of the Firebirds. Coverage begins next Saturday, February 1st, with CRN Network from Indianapolis, Indiana, as the Raleigh Firebirds travel to take on the Indy Express. And then Game 2 is on Sunday, February 2nd, Super Bowl Sunday. Basketball between the Owensboro Thoroughbreds and your Raleigh Firebirds. Be there live. Simulcast coverage is available on CRN Sports Network. Follow us at crnsports.org.
The community, the voice of NCHSAA sports, and proud to be the voice of the Comets. Follow us at crnsports.org. Now let's get back to the broadcast coverage on CRN.